Hello everybody, welcome to another first versus last challenge with Chris Comedypur. This time it is 1995 San Marino Grand Prix. I'm going to be racing as the race winner Damonhill, and Chris will be racing in the forti that finished last in that Grand Prix. The two podium finishers, the two Ferraris, they're in the race as well. Let's see what we get up to in this one. Chris back in the 40, so could be a difficult race for him. Hopefully he'll have a bit better luck than he had in Interlagos with it. Here we go, away from the line, and still slightly slow start for me, but much better than the first two races. And I'm alongside jeanalesi going into turn one, and I brake a bit late just to make sure that those Ferraris can't come back at me. And through and out of the exit of the corner I go, and into the lead. And that is me getting away and trying now to build up a lead force. Chris comes through. He's already trying to move on Gerhardberger, which he sort of gets done, but then Berger comes back. And the problem is the forti just, when you're in that situation, the forti just isn't a quick enough car or a good enough car to be able to respond to it. If he was in a Williams or something, he would just be able to respond, flick the other way and pass the Ferrari. But in the forti, the handling is so rigid that is just not possible. And Chris again still stuck behind Gerhardberger as we're now halfway around lap one. I'm trying to make my escape as those two Ferraris continue to hold. Chris Comedypur back into fourth place. Into the chicane I go for the first time. I always have these lovely memories watching, especially in the 2005 San Marino Grand Prix when Michael Schumacher is flying through that chicane, trying to catch Fernando Alonso, and just absolutely seconds a lap faster than the rest of the field on occasion. And I always try to model my old Imola flying laps on that. And look at Berger pushing Alesi out of the way. Well, obviously he's keen to get on with it, but that was very rude from Gerhardberger, pushing jeanalesi out of the way. Alesi now drops down to third, and it is jeanalesi's turn to try and defend from Chris Comedypur, who is still locked down in fourth place. The gap now between me and Gerhardberger in second place, up to 8 seconds, and made a mistake, braked a bit too late, and elects to go over the gravel trap there just for safety. It was probably a bit safer to not compromise my race by trying to make the corner and just going through. So yeah, I elected to take that option, and now heading down into Tosa, having got away with it. And here are the Ferraris still with Chris behind them, and Chris isn't always able to get right up behind them. He's sort of, he'll have a little go, lose a bit of ground, and then he'll try again, and he's trying again on Alesi here. This has got to be a moment that makes the move, but up in the air, and Alesi clearly wasn't willing to back off at all there, and Chris has to wait for his opportunity once again. And this is this is becoming an extremely frustrating race for Chris Comedypur. He is normally up in the second place by now. Here he is with another opportunity. This is a clear one, and it's in the air. What on earth happened there? Alesi being very rude. Was Chris over optimistic? I think we're going to have to watch the replay there, because it looks like Chris was already alongside jeanalesi, and he is going to be able to recover. Amazingly, having done a flight over to Venice and back, he's able to still recover and get back into the race, but he is a long way back now. He's got some free track to try to create some fast laps. Here is a replay of me going off and electing to take the safer route back onto the track. And we're now coming up to the third corner, for the first corner, sorry, for the final time, for the third and final time. And this time again, still not perfect, but not going off this time, able to keep it on the road. And here is a replay of, and this is the first instant with Alesi for Chris. And yeah, that was two little contacts. The first one was nothing. The second one, he does indeed get bumped up into the air. So Alesi just not willing to yield. That was down to it. Here is the other incident coming up. Now, what on earth happened here? Let's have a look and see. Chris tries to pass Alesi. He's got a clear line. He's outbraked him, and then Alesi comes back and flies straight into the side of him and launches him. Well, that was all on Alesi, I'm afraid to say. Chris did everything he could there, everything right to try to take the position, and jeanalesi just didn't care, basically. Here we go again. This is from Alesi's viewpoint. Well, Chris is there. He can't go anywhere, and Alesi just turns into him, and amazingly gets away without any consequences. It's poor Chris that's got to pay the consequences. Here he is on board. He is trying to catch the Ferraris. He's gained a lot of ground back, but is on the last lap already, so far too late for him to do anything significant, I'm afraid. And unfortunately, a really disappointing race for Chris today. he would have been hoping for more after his really strong performance in Argentina, but back in the 40, and yeah, just having not the best of luck to go with it either. So really unfortunate for Chris. Here I come to win the Grand Prix and make it 3 out of 3, and that is another win for me. And the Ferraris are going to be running second and third. Let's see how they do. Is Berger still ahead of Alesi? Will Alesi give him a taste of his own medicine? Chris is definitely catching him. Look at the gap coming down. There's only about a corner behind, considering how much time he's lost. This is an outstanding performance from Chris Comedypur to catch up. Unfortunately, it's going to run out of time. It's going to be Berger to finish in second place, jeanalesi in third, and then Chris will get into the final corner any time about now, and yeah, over the line he goes into fourth place. So that's another win for me then, and we will be, I'm sure, looking to record some more first versus last content soon, because so far it has been a lot of fun. Obviously it's easy for me to say that I've been winning, but I'm sure there'll be more twists and turns to come. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to both this channel and Chris's. I'll put it in the comments below, and take care.